So, what I haven't asked you, how did it all of it come about? How did you start? What, like, when did it start, and what? Is it just you who founded it? Would you call yourself a founder?
Founder.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I started it off.
Yeah,
So I started it in August last year,
yeah,
and it was through the need for something, and it was hard to come. It was I've been through my own stuff,
yeah,
but it was almost like my life had been leading up to this point.
yeah,
And then before August last year, I went through a lot of soul searching
yeah.
because I am quite a private person,
Mm,
right? I don't really want to have my face here, there, and everywhere and
yeah,
talk about my own stuff.
yeah,
But I realised that that's the only way to do it. You know,
yeah,
the only way to get people to engage and reach out, or that you reach out to them and they accept it, is by doing it yourself. So then I've had to do that. You know, and with that comes positive and negative. So yeah, through my own journey, through just seeing what was going on and just feeling there's a need to do something. So instead of sitting on my hands, you know, then yeah, I thought it's time to do something.
So, we spoke about this bit last time.
Yeah.
Was it Avanti who approached you, or did you approach them? How did it work that you've got this room to use?
Do you know, it's one I was saying to you before off camera. It's right people, right place, right time.
Yeah,
And I'm a big believer in if you're doing something that's the right thing to be doing, which I believe this is, right? And you're putting into it, and it's genuine, because I'm not doing it for my own benefit. This obviously I get benefit from it in the way that it's good for me, you know. But essentially, what happened with this was if someone that I'd met through I do an open mic, open minds night, which is music and mental health mixed together, and we do that. It's great live music and all that. And I met a guy called Junior through that, who is a singer, musician, performer basically, and he's a great guy, really nice. And then I met him through doing that, and he was offered this opportunity here. So it was sort of it was the right person at the right place at the right time. Came along to see Laura, who's the community champion with Avanti, and the station manager Simon. Awesome, and basically this room was the first class lounge. That's why it's so comfortable, you know, nice and warm and all that. And then they said, right, we're not using it for the first class lounge anymore. So Laura said, well, can we use it for the community? So we are. So when we had the meeting, I was nearly crying. You know, I was like, wow, you can't believe what you've done, because having a space that you can offer people is especially right here, is just perfect. You know, yeah. So that's sort of how it came about really,
yeah.
through Junior, Avanti, Laura. Um, she's the one who's been pushing a lot of this. So, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So, like, in this area in particular, I know you're doing other activities. Like,
yeah.
the idea is someone just to come in if they get off the train, if they're passing by, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just clear their head and talk to
Yeah,
someone
either
about
or
what's going
really.
on at home.
Yeah, so the way that I would say really is that we all have things, right? So we all have stuff in our life that just piles up. And most people in general, we feel like we're not supposed to moan, you know, we feel like we're not supposed to talk to other people. And then also, sometimes it's people don't want us to talk to them because they've got their own stuff going on, right? So everyone's walking around either wearing this mask and smiling all the time or not. Everyone's got this heavy load that they're carrying, and the idea of all this is that it's sharing the load. So I use that a lot as a tagline a lot, to help share the weight. And sometimes that comes from talking to somebody. A lot of the time it comes from talking. Sometimes it can come from just sitting with somebody. Sometimes it just comes from being in a place where you feel like you can just, just relax. Sometimes it's from doing something creative, listening to music. The thing is that it's connecting people as well. And that's really what this is about. So that, yeah, you can come in if you're commuting, if you're on the trains, you've just got a little bit of time. If you're struggling, particular issues, you've got problems. If you want to just touch base, find out what's going on. If you're from the local community, which we have been connecting with people in the local community and organisations as well. Yeah, so it's almost like it's so many different aspects to it, and I think the basic premise of it is connecting people.
Yeah.
You know.